Yeah, their last win, I believe, I could be wrong, was it the Colt McCoy game that was at Dallas, Monday night, 10-27-14? That's
be.
the last win. They beat Dallas 2017. Yeah. I think that was the Colt McCoy game. Could be wrong. Since then,
that sounds right.
They lost to Dallas 19-16 and 15. They lost to Steelers 38-16. In 16, they lost to Carolina 26-15 and 16. Last year, they lost to Philly 34-24, and they lost to Kansas City 29-20.
It's brutal.
So they just get smoked
and a lot of those games,
on Monday night.
From the sound of it, are at least by 10 points, if not more. They're not even competitive games.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's not the case Monday night.
And
in
of
the
course,
Superdome.
Last year we played the Saints, and it was Week 11, November 19th. We blew a 31-16 lead with 5:58 to play.
Just a
lost
crushing
on a 28-yard field goal in overtime. Dropped the Skins to 4-6. And then that was pretty much all she wrote.
P. Ryan couldn't grind out 1 yard like on a 4th and 1 or a 3rd and 1? I can't
because
remember.
they didn't have Chris Thompson, who broke his right leg in that game.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was also the final game of the year for Sean Laval, too, where he went down.
He's always hurt. Saints, early number. Saints 6.5, maybe 7, depending on where you're looking.
I mean, I would stay away from it. I mean, I think the Skins are definitely decided underdogs in this one. But
I might start getting a tingle for that one.
52 and a hook on the tote.
They're also dealing with injuries. Let me see. You had some key guys just kind of, Trent Williams still recovering from that little. He had a knee surgery during the bye week. That can't be good.
Clean up. They took out the bursa sack.
Minor
I don't think
procedure.
they took out the sack.
I don't know if they took out the sack.
Whatever they did. So he was there. I guess he stayed in the practice facility. Adrian Peterson, Josh Norman, they worked with trainers on the side. Sean Laval's got a calf he's dealing with. Cornerback Josh Norman, he's got a hamstring. Morgan Moses coming off a concussion. Of course, we mentioned Peterson. He's got an ankle. Now, Peterson said he's going to be good to go, but, again, he was working on the side. So, they've got some injury concerns, and while the bye week did come early, Peterson says it came at the right time.
Saints defense isn't very good, though, right?
Well, they've given up a ton of points. They gave up 48 in Week 1 to Tampa.
Correct.
In that loss.
And they gave up
against the Giants because the Giants are woeful on offense.
Yeah, right. But they also score a ton of points.
And they played Tyrod Taylor, not Baker Mayfield, the Browns.
Right, that doesn't hurt.
Held them to 18. But, yeah, they've given up a ton.
All right, let's go to our quotes from Jay Gruden, who was at the podium yesterday. Just start in order. He gives his thoughts on the early bye week that some people say is a big disadvantage.
It is early, but, it's just the schedule makers. We have to deal with it. And, it came at a good time for some guys and probably not a good time for other guys. And that's probably the way it would be week 8, 7, or 6 if we had it.
He always has so much to say.
What are you going to say, though?
I don't know.
You get a bye week whenever the hell the NFL gives it to you.
That's true.
He also said...
and the week before that, right?
Did they have bye weeks in the third week?
No.
No, this is the first week.
This is it.
That was the first week of bye week.
Oh, that was?
I think so.
Okay, I thought there was a bye week the week before.
He also talks about how he doesn't think it matters when the bye week occurs, even though now they're going to have to play, 13 straight games without a break.
I don't really have any pros and cons. I think it's just important for us to get everybody back here whenever the bye week is, get them back here, get the guys physically and mentally ready to play. That sometimes is a tough challenge. You guys have been out of the office for 4 or 5 days. We got to make sure we get their minds back into Redskins football.
I think the toughest thing on the NFL schedule, it truly is when you have a Sunday game, maybe even a Sunday evening game, and then you got to flip it all the way to Thursday. When you have those Thursday games, which is the Colts, Patriots, those two teams just played. Monday and Tuesday are typically days off for NFL teams, and Wednesday you're traveling. The road team on a Thursday night game, that's a major disadvantage.
Huge advantage for
that being said, the last Thursday night football game was an amazing football game.
Yeah, but it's more an outlier. I don't think you're going to see that. I mean, you just had a perfect storm of the Rams just firing on all cylinders and Cousins going basically touchdown for touchdown with Jared Goff. We're pretty close.
Yeah, the Colts aren't in a good spot Thursday night.
No, I mean, T.Y. Hilton's banged up. He's got a hamstring, so that means one less weapon for Andrew Luck if he plays. And if he does play, he's not going to be 100%. It won't be close.
Right. And the Patriots obviously looked a lot better last week, smoking the Dolphins.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is a bad spot for the Colts.
So the next 6 weeks, many are saying this is the toughest stretch of their schedule. They obviously got New Orleans on Monday night. Then they have Carolina, Dallas, the Giants, the Falcons, and Tampa. All of them, right? NFC opponents. You have the NFC East teams or members of the NFC South. 3 of the games, the Saints, Giants, and the Bucks, all on the road. So this is a very, very
The Giants and Bucks shouldn't scare
critical
you.
stretch. Well,
Road games, not saying that they're easy, not saying they're gimmies, but the Bucks and the Giants on the road shouldn't scare you.
All right, let's go to the third clip there where Jay talks about the stretch of games coming up.
Cliche as it sounds, the only way you can handle pro football is one game at a time. Each game is a different problem and different set of issues that you have to work through. This one's going to be on the road against New Orleans, led by Drew Brees, and very good defense. So I think each week you have to take it for its own entity, each play, each quarter, and then move on to the next one when the time is right. And we'll worry about Cam Newton and whoever we play after that.
And you know what? The Saints get another weapon with Ingram coming back from his suspension. So with that, plus Michael Thomas coming off a dud against the Giants. So that offense at home, add Ingram, could be kind of scary. I'm leaning toward, my early lean is towards the Saints.